everyone, welcome back to Booktalking, where I help you find your next read. My name is Lauren, and this week we are going to look at graphic novels. Now, there's a little rumor that makes its way around every once in a while that graphic novels are not real books, and therefore reading them doesn't actually count as reading. But I'm here to dispel that myth today. Graphic novels are absolutely an excellent choice for young readers and adults alike. Yes, they have illustrations and sometimes even pictures, but there's still text that needs to be read and decoded, which is great for our reading comprehension. And those illustrations also help to create a really engaging story. So for reluctant readers, it may help to provide that extra bit of help they need to get through the book. And finally, just like traditional books, graphic novels contain complex storylines, character development, plot twists, conflicts, you name it. So here are 5 graphic novels for children of different reading levels and ages. All right, first up we have Fox and Rabbit by Beth Ferry, illustrated by Gurgely Dudas. There are 5 shorter stories in this book, all with alliterative titles that are super fun to say, like Surprises, Swamps, and Seeds. These stories are infused with humor, and they're about friendship and facing your fears. Readers will follow the 2 title characters as they go to the fair, to the beach, to a mysterious island, which is my favorite story, the garden, and they run their own lemonade stand. This is a great choice for a first chapter book or a graphic novel for an emerging reader, as there are repeated words, phrases, and characters that run throughout the whole book. So while there are different stories, or you could think of them as chapters, there is one continuous narrative that makes it easy to follow along. For fans of Narwhal and Jelly and Elephant and Piggy, I recommend checking out Fox and Rabbit. And I was happy to see that this too is a series, so I look forward to reading the next books. This is Fox and Rabbit. Next up we have Odd Duck by Cecil Castellucci and Sarah Varon. This is a really charming story about Theodora, who's a very well-mannered duck, and she's content and set in her ways until the arrival of her strange new neighbor, Chad. Theodora is certain that she and Chad will not be friends, but she soon realizes that despite their many differences, they actually have a lot in common. This is a picture book graphic novel mashup, and it successfully tells a funny story with an important message about acceptance, accepting ourselves and accepting others without being preachy. It has very short chapters, and it's suitable for readers ages 7 and up, or it can be read aloud with younger children as well, especially if they can sit through longer picture books. For fans of the Bink and Golly series by Kate DiCamillo, this is Odd Duck. And our third graphic novel this week is Bug Boys by Laura Netzger. This is a delightfully weird and humorous collection of shorter stories about 2 bugs who are best friends. There is Rhino Bee, a rhinoceros beetle, and Stag Bee, a stag beetle. So readers follow the 2 beetles as they go on different adventures, which are always action-packed, but also surprisingly thought-provoking. Each story is pretty short and suitable for grades 3 and up. One cool thing I'll mention is that at the back of this book, the author, Laura Netzger, shows readers how to draw each of the characters. So you get step-by-step instructions, so that could be a fun activity that you could do either after reading, before, or during. Bug Boys is a great choice for readers who are fans of stories about friendship and adventure like the Owly series by Andy Runton, and for those interested in bugs, because there are a lot of bugs in these stories, like termites, bees, dragonflies, and spiders. So once again, this is Bug Boys. Next up we have Trespassers by Brina Bard. Gabby and her family are on a week's vacation at their summer lake house. Gabby is looking forward to spending time reading, but she soon meets a new friend, and together they write their own mystery story about what might have happened to the glamorous couple who have disappeared, and they once lived at the lake's most extravagant summer home. This book perfectly captures that feeling of summer, summer vacation, those long days, getting to know yourself while making new friends, and stepping outside of your comfort zone. Trespassers is available on Cloud Library as well as this physical book. And for readers 9 and up who are fans of mysteries and realistic fiction, or if you're a fan of Sunny Side Up by Jennifer L. Holm, you can check out Trespassers. And last but definitely not least, we have The Crossover by Kwame Alexander, illustrated by Dawood Anyabwile. This story is about 12-year-old twins Josh and Jordan Bell. They are super talented basketball players. In fact, they're star players on their junior high school team, the Wildcats. But they're also dealing with changes off the court as well, in their personal lives and their dad's health. There's definitely a lot of basketball in this book, but even if you're not a basketball fan, not to worry, because this is a phenomenal graphic novel. And you may have heard of this story before. It's actually an adaptation of the novel The Crossover, which is an award winner, and it's written in verse, so it's a bit different than a typical chapter book. It is high energy, emotional, poetic, fast-paced, and very relatable from beginning to end. I highly recommend this book. It is a perfect choice for fans of basketball or sports in general, as well as those who enjoy contemporary realistic stories. If you're a fan of Kwame Alexander and his story Booked, or another great graphic novel, The New Kid by Jerry Craft, you can check this out. This is a quick read, so if you're looking for something that's not too long but packs a big punch, you can check out The Crossover. Thank you so much for joining me this week. You can pick up all of these graphic novels and much more at Aurora Public Library. Happy reading!